Hello everyone and welcome to my Adobe Premiere Pro tutorial. In this video, we will cover the basics of starting a new project, importing media, performing basic edits, adding transition, and exporting your final video. This tutorial is designed for beginners, so whether you are new to video editing or just need a refresher, you will find this guide easy to follow. Without wasting much time, let's get started. Launch your Adobe Premiere Pro. You will be greeted by the welcome screen where you can either open a recent project or create a new one. In our case here, we are starting a new project, so let's click on the new project button to begin a new project. Okay, before we do anything, we have to set our project before. So let's go and change the project name to my first project. And when you come here, you will see the location where the file will be saved. So choose a folder on your computer where you want to save your project file. Navigate to your desired location and create a new folder if needed. The ingest settings. For now, let's leave these settings as a default for now, because ingest settings are used for automatically copying and transcoding media files. Just click OK to create the project and open the main workspace. So here, this is the interface of Adobe Premiere Pro when you first create project, and the workspace has 4 panels, and this is our project panel, and the project panel located usually in the bottom left corner. This is where all your media files, sequence, and project assets are stored. You can organize your assets into folders for better management. And this is our timeline too. And the timeline too can be found at the bottom of the workspace. This is where you assemble and edit your video clips. It shows a graphical representation of your sequence and allows you to arrange and edit clips. Here too, this is our source monitor, and the source monitor position at the top left. This is used to preview and trim your raw clips before adding them to the timeline. You can also use it to set in and out points. When you come here, we have our program monitor, and typically the program monitor located at the top right. This displays the contents of the sequence you are currently working on in the timeline. It shows how your edited video looks like with all the applied changes. And this is the tool panel. Usually it can be located on the left side, and it contains various tools for editing tasks such as the selection tool, razor tool, and type tool. These tools help you manipulate clips and text in your project. Okay, so right now we have all understood the workspace of the Adobe Premiere Pro. So now let's begin by importing our media. So to import your media files, to bring media files into your project, go to File menu and select Import. Or use the shortcut Ctrl+I on Windows or Command+I when you are using a Mac. So in the file dialog box that appears, navigate to the folder containing your media files. Select the file you want to import. You can select multiple files by holding down the Ctrl or Command key and click Open. Your media files will appear in the project panel, where you can view them as a list or in thumbnail view. And now the most important thing here is organization. Before we start the editing, let's organize the files that we have imported. And to organize the file, your media, keep your project panel tidy. You have to create a bins, which is folders, to categorize your media. Right click in the project panel and select new bin. Name the bins based on media types such as footage, audio and images. So we have to create a bin for our raw footages, and we have to create another bin which will contain our audio files, and we will also create another folder which will also contains our images. So you can drag your imported files into the appropriate folder. So now let's start with our basic editing techniques. So before we can start editing, we have to create a new sequence, and to start editing you need a sequence. Right click in the project panel and select new item. Select sequence. This opens the sequence preset dialog box. Choose a preset that matches your media settings. For example, this video I shoot it under 1080 frames. We have 1920 by 1080. If your footage is in 1080 frame, click OK to create the sequence. We have created our sequence. What we are doing next is we will add a clip to the timeline, and to add clips to the timeline, drag a video clip from the project panel to the timeline. This action places the clip on a video track in the timeline and allows you to start editing it. So let's trim and cut the clip. To trim a clip, hover your cursor over the edge of the clip in the timeline until the trim icon appears. Click and drag the edges to shorten or lengthen the clip as needed. To cut a clip into segments, select the razor tool from the tool panel or press C on your keyboard. Click on the clip where you want to make a cut. Switch back to the selection tool by pressing V to move or delete segments. Let's add transitions to our video. Before that, where can we locate our transitions panel? So let's find the transitions. Go to the effects panel, which is usually located on the right side of the workspace under the video transition folder. Under the video transition folder, you will find various transition packs. Let's apply the transitions. Drag a transition effect such as cross dissolve from the effects panel to the cut between two clips in the timeline. The transition will appear between the clips. Adjust the duration of your transition. To adjust the duration of the transition, click on the transition in the timeline and drag each edges to make it longer or shorter. Play back your sequence to preview the transition and make any necessary adjustments. Now, let's export our video. Open export settings. Once you have satisfied with your edit, go to the file menu and select export. Under export, go to media. This opens the export settings dialog box, or in short, you can use the shortcut key Ctrl M to open the export settings. Now the export dialog box appears. So in the export settings dialog, select H264 as the format for optimal quality and manageable file size. Under preset, choose an option that matches your intended output, such as YouTube 1080 Full HD or any of your choice. You can select from among the presets. Now set export location and name. Here you can choose the output where you want your videos to be saved. Let's click on the output name. You choose a location on your computer to save the exported file and enter a file name. Click save to confirm. Export the video. Click export to start rendering your video. The export process will take some time depending on the length and complexity of your video. Congratulations, you have just created and exported your first video using Adobe Premiere Pro. In this tutorial, we covered the basics of creating a new project, importing media, performing basic edits, adding transition, and exporting your video. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe for more content. If you have any questions or need further assistance, leave a comment below. And thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.